sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. I'm on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the...
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless on SHR Media, conservative media done right. How's everybody doing? Hey, it's been a crazy fucking week, hasn't it? I mean, I don't even know where the hell to start. It's just been... We are a total embarrassment right now with our politics. We have one candidate that's, a month or more into running for president of the United States. And we still don't know her policies. She has not given an interview. And now it comes out today, the debates, I've lost track whether it's one or two debates because the Harris campaign is scared shitless. And I know they keep, Trump's going to back out. Trump's scared. No, Trump is trying to do it. Now Harris' campaign is trying to change the rules of the debate. They agreed to everything, and now she wants to change it. She wants to sit down. She don't want to stand for that time period. Now they want unmuted mics. You know, they made that big fuss that we got to have muted mics. So, therefore, Trump isn't cutting off and over-talking the other person. So now they want unmuted mics. And Ms. Harris needs to have her notes. She needs to have her cheat sheets. Please. So she could just look at a piece of paper, ramble on about whatever her writers tell her to say. Because we all know she does not have the ability to free talk. She doesn't. She throws out word salads that mean absolutely fucking nothing, people. Idiots. All right, a lot of the show we'll be going over. I've been having a lot of fun on Twitter. Idiots galore. Idiots galore. I just love the left anymore because they're a violent, foul-mouthed, disgusting bunch. There's no room for discussion. There's no room for talks. And if you don't agree with them, they are going to just unload this vicious attack. And it's getting pretty normal. And God forbid you don't do what they tell you to do. Oh, I had one earlier. Well, tell me in your own words. I showed you a video proof. I don't need to tell you my own words. There's a video proof. Now, I want it in your own words. And we went just on and on. I'm like, no. It's self-explanatory. I want to hear it in your words. No, it's self-explanatory. See, now, this is where my childness, my Jersey side comes out. Because I asked them, do I need to type it slower? I know everybody's going, how the hell do you type it slower? So it was S, send, E, send, L, send, F. I spelled out one letter at a time. Yeah, they quickly shut their mouth real quick. I have no problem. You want to discuss it, that's fine. But I'm also not going to sit there and put up with the lies. And she was trying, I think it was a female, I don't know. But they were going on how the January 6th shit again. Trump said for them to go out and fight. So I showed him a video of several Democrats screaming to fight, to punch, to fight, to fight, to punch. That's different. They're talking metaphorically. Oh, God. It just, holy shit. And they accuse me of being in a cult. They accuse me of being in a cult. They're still spewing Russia collusion. I got called a Russian bot today. Grow the fuck up. Just because someone doesn't agree with you doesn't mean they're a Russian bot. Just like I don't think all the ones I'm talking to are Democrat paid personnel, propagandists. There's quite a few. Not all of them. It's ridiculous anymore. And yes, I know I've been guilty here or there too of falling into some traps, and it's just the vileness that comes out from the left is getting old quick. Oh man. And then we had a big old proverbial bomb. And I say that so that he's calling for bombings. No, a proverbial bomb. And that is Meta, Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg sent a letter to Jim Jordan, chairman of the Committee on the Judiciary, United States House of Representatives. Let's see. Here it is. Boom. Let me make sure everybody can read this. Yeah, my blind eyes can see it, so can you. Come on. Why can't I get out of it now? There we go. Sorry. So, how that starts. Oh, and everybody, don't forget, if you want to join the conversation, jump on Rumble, whether you're with Rumble, Facebook, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Rumble. Jump into the live chat, join the conversation. Like I've always said, love me, hate me, want to tell me to fuck off, go ahead, jump on in, and we will have a discussion. Now, let's see if I can read this on my screen. All right. No, that's not going to work. Oh, issues. Who's got the issues? All right, let me see. I appreciate. Well, it goes, Chairman Jordan, I appreciate the committee's interest in content moderation on online platforms. As you are aware, Meta has produced thousands of documents as part of your investigation and made a dozen employees available for transcribed interviews further to our cooperation with your investigation. I welcome the opportunity and share what I've taken away from this process. Now, as I'm reading it, for some reason, it's real small on my screen. I don't know why. And the one thing I am going to say about this, right off the bat, before we get into any of it, Come on. Is Zuckerberg's blowing smoke up the ass and telling them what they want to hear. He is still censoring on Facebook. He is still trampling on Americans' First Amendment right to speech. I understand it's a private corporation, but he is picking sides on who and what he is censoring. Now, he goes on to talk. There's a lot of talk right now around how the U.S. government interacted with companies like Meta, and I want to be clear about our position. Our platforms are for everyone. No, they're not. If you want to see how socialism is, this is a perfect example, Facebook is, of socialism. Oh, where'd it go? Come on. You know, whenever you don't need something, it's right there in front of your face, but when you need it, you can never find it. Damn. Here it is. Facebook is the perfect example of socialism. You get it for free. You have no say in how it works. The guy who runs it is rich. You have no privacy. And if you say one thing they don't like, they shut you up. That is socialism in a nutshell. And that is Facebook in a nutshell. It's this letter is the best thing I can say. He's blowing smoke up the ass of the American people and our politicians with this letter. He goes on into it. I'm not going to go over the whole thing. Everybody can read it. Everybody can find it on Twitter. It's been up long enough. I'm pretty sure you all read through it. He blames Biden and Biden's administration, more or less, that they're the ones that put the pressure on him to censor. No, he's the one that went out there and was willfully doing it. He spent money, and he talks about it. Oh, it was supposed to be for both sides. Well, it wasn't. He funneled money to one side to try and sway an election. And now he's promising he's not going to get involved at all. Well, I'll believe it when I see it. Everybody's, jumping all over this letter. This letter is I'm telling you what you want to hear letter. Nothing more, nothing less. Everybody, don't get too hyped up on this letter. All right.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show right here on YouTube and Rumble every Monday and Friday at 9 p.m. Be warned, he's the one your mother warned you about.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. Right here on SHR Media, conservative media done right. We are broadcasting on YouTube through Reaver of Common Sense, Twitter through Reaver of Common Sense. Rumble is SHR Media, and Facebook is SHR Media. Oh, now, again, if you want to jump into the live chat, go right ahead. I can answer within live chat within YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook. Twitter, I don't think I can. I've never tried. It's never popped up on any of this stuff. So if you put a message, I will try to get back when I see it. It's the state of this country is an embarrassment. I can't totally say that because I saw two politicians so far, and I have a funny feeling you'll see more that have pushed party aside and pushing country before everybody else. They're trying to do what's best for the country, and who I'm talking about, of course, is Robert Kennedy Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard. Both of them have come out and endorsed Donald Trump. They both were Democrats. Do they still have some Democrat ideology? Probably. I don't know every 100% of everything that they think and do, so I'm not going to say it. But from what I know, they still do. But what Trump has been about, yes, is conservatism. I know he's not as conservative as some of you would like, but what you guys would like is too far to the right, and it wouldn't pass in this country. I've seen people that have talked about, I'm not voting for Trump because he's not supporting a national ban on abortion. That is how we've lost elections. And if you remember 2022, I know everybody blames Trump for it, but if you remember that piece of shit, Lindsey Graham, right before the election, pushed a national ban on abortion. And that brought out everybody to vote on the left. And that's the problem. I agree it should be up to the state. I agree there's exceptions when one is needed. Mother's life's in danger, medical issue with the mother. I do not disagree with those. I can even understand rape, even though that unborn child hasn't done anything. But I can somewhat sympathize. I know I'll get some hate over this, but when you're using murdering babies as a form of birth control, that's where I say no. That's definitely a big no in me. The part I don't understand is these people are out there. Well, since Trump's not going to go with a national ban, I'm not voting for him. So you're going to help Harris, who wants late-term abortions and is going to push for a federal mandate on that? How does that make sense? Someone make that make sense to me. You are going to basically cut your nose off to spite your face. Yeah, and it doesn't make sense. How how you're not going to get everything you want. I want some stuff, but I don't think it's going to go through. That doesn't mean I'm not going to vote for Trump, because the other option is worse than what I would like to see through. I'd like to see a national carry where it just nationally, if I'm allowed to carry my state, I can carry anywhere I want to go. Chances of that going through, Well, I'll say the same thing when someone told me the other day again that Florida is going to turn blue. You can shit in one hand and wish in the other and see which one comes through first. Because I don't see a national reciprocation coming anytime soon. Just I don't see open carry coming in Florida anytime soon. And that pisses me off about the DeSantis that didn't happen. And still people being all upset that DeSantis isn't a candidate and so forth. Anybody with any common sense knew it wasn't DeSantis' time. Trump was going to get the nomination. And what I fear with that is he's hurt his reputation, that it might hurt him in the future. Ted Cruz, I think, is still trying to pick up the pieces from 2016. You know, he damaged his reputation pretty bad, too. Didn't destroy him, but it damaged. And I think the smart thing would have been, even if you wanted to run, there's a lot of rhetoric that went on. We all knew what was going to happen. He would attack Trump, and Trump was going to proverbially swing back. If he went out there and did a race and did his thing and just Trump's doing his thing, I'm going to do mine. Trump is Trump, I'm me, yada, 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 yada. He could have walked out of it with very little damage. 2028 comes around. I've had experience in 2024's primary. You know, I know a little bit more what I need to do. I think he would have been ahead of himself. But to have the people that supported him, we got, I think, more people from Robert Kennedy switching over supporting Trump than DeSantis supporters. And this might ruffle some feathers, but I'm going to say it. I say what I think, and I think what I say. Some of these DeSantis supporters are acting like little children. I didn't get my way. Well, you're willing to fuck the country over because you couldn't handle a loss? Listen. However, it was a loss in 2020 for Trump. Took it. We're going to go on. We learn. We advance. We now have the RNC stepping up. They've hired a shitload of more lawyers. They've hired a shitload more workers to work these polls, training them better, training them what to look for. It was a lesson. And I think the best way that you learn is not from success, but from failures. We had a big failure in 2020. We learn from it. We move on. We know what to look for. We know what to expect. We're calling out on Twitter, X. I still call it Twitter. Sorry, Elon, force of habit. We're calling out Georgia to the point that there's been some law changes. We're calling out Pennsylvania for them announcing basically that there's going to be cheating going on. When you announce and say, we won't know the results for several days. In today's day and age, it's going to take them several days to count. No, what you're announcing is we're going to wait till the results come in. Then we got to fill out the extra ballots to make sure that Biden wins. So this is what I need from every red-blooded American to overwhelm the polls with Trump votes. Make it so it's next to impossible for them to cheat. Call your representatives up. Make sure your state has laws where they reconcile the votes to how many voters in that state. I mean, if they come up with 2 million votes, but there's only 1.5 million voters, I know those numbers aren't real. I'm just pulling numbers out, so don't. Oh, he said this, you're wrong. Oh, by the way, I haven't said it in a while. Fuck TikTok. You need to reconcile the votes to voters. And there's states that aren't doing it. And we can't have that. We need to put pressure on our representatives. Not nasty, not vulgar. Conduct ourselves with professionalism when we're talking to our representatives. Just as most people, if you're getting cussed at, you're not really. Hey, I am the first one that's swearing. You've heard my show. I'm from originally, well, not originally, but I'm from Jersey. That's where I was raised. I was born in Pennsylvania. A couple of years in Pennsylvania, right over to Jersey, and that's where I was raised. And yes, we cuss, but when you're dealing in a professional manner, you gotta act. If you want to be taken respectfully like that, you need to act respectfully. I even tried on Twitter. I try not to cuss and all that because you're just not going to be taken serious. And we need to be taken 100% serious, people. And we need to legally overwhelm the ballots. I'm not talking illegal voting that. I want everybody to think that Trump's behind. And that's how I want you to get people out there to vote. Treat it, he's behind, and we need to fight. Oh, God, there goes that word fight. Oh, my God, he's calling for violence. No. We need to fight like he's behind and get out and vote hard on November 5th. Fuck Merrick Garland and his little threat. Don't interfere illegally in the election process. Find out your state laws. Find out the regulations of what you can and can't do as an American citizen, and make sure that these polling places are following the laws and not cheating. We know Michigan is going to go Biden. They've already pulled enough shit with hiring pretty much all Democrats for the polling. I mean, you can almost call the states with how the laws are and how it's going to go. And like I said, Florida's going to turn blue. Let me tell you, 5.4, roughly, 5.4 million Republicans, registered Republicans, 4.3 million Democrats. For the first time in the history of Florida, there is 1 million more Republicans than Democrats. Then I heard, well, there's independents. Well, that's 3.4 million. The polls have shown steadily, even with these oversampled polls, Trump has been leading. Rick Scott has been leading. I use those two because they're the top two running, the Senate and the president. I don't know all the House ones and all that. And if that, those two are leading, that's the big ones. And you had more registered Republicans. You're not winning the state. Just like Texas. And I've heard people, oh, we're going to turn California red. No, we're not. No, we're not. That's wishful thinking. Not shitting in one hand and wishing in the other. Pennsylvania, I think if it's a straight up honest election, I think Trump has it by a couple. And I'm giving my honest opinion. I've seen some polls in New Jersey where Democrats weren't doing that good. A lot of people are waking up and getting tired of the bullshit. They're getting tired of the Democrats, and they're waking up to the lies. And they're waking up in droves, people.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show right here on YouTube and Rumble every Monday and Friday at 9 p.m. Be warned, he's the one your mother warned you about.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless on SHR Media, conservative media done right. We're broadcasting, Facebook and Rumble with SHR Media, YouTube and Twitter with Reaver of Common Sense. If you want to join the conversation, jump in the chats. I try to keep my eye on them. Throw your comments in there, and I will answer them. I have no problem. Let's see, where are we at? Twitter's been a very interesting of late. And you can tell when the Democrats are in trouble, and they, when they're scrambling, because they're paid trolls come flying out. And like I've said before, they attack usually the big accounts. They're going after the small accounts too, because I'm a small fry. I'm no qualms about it. I know that. But when they're attacking my post, they're scared. They're running scared. That and the lies that they have to tell. I haven't seen an honest post from these propagandists. It's unbelievable. Let's see what else is going on. And this is a discussion that kind of me and Sackhead Sean were having, and it's about Europe and Britain, all of them. I've been saying it for a while, and he sent out a tweet to the same effect. Everything that we fought 2 world wars over to stop, they are now surrendering to. They are now pushing. How many American lives were given for them to only just surrender now? Now, me, and I've said it, and I've been vocal about it, when the shit hits the fan over there, and it's going to, I'm not calling for violence. I'm just telling you what I think's going to happen. By history, after a while, people get tired of a tyrannical government and will fight back. They're going to be coming to us for help. Guess what? I'm tired of it. The EU, UK, you all are surrendering to this. You have a choice to vote it out, and you have not voted it out. So you are surrendering to this. This socialism, communism, just the suppression of not in America, but of the people. You're surrendering to it. Don't come knocking on the door and asking us to give our lives up. Especially trying to fix the mic. I hate it when it's there we go. I hate it when it's crooked. Still. Now I lost train of thought. Damn. It's. Don't come knocking on the door. I don't want to see no Americans, because what are you going to do in a couple more years, in another decade or so? You're going to friggin' surrender to it again. It's not the first time we've seen in the EU. And I'm not saying all of them, but, some of them, they've been just bending over backwards. France has done it how many times? France surrenders more. I'm not even. I can't come up with a smart ass comment. To tell you the truth, they just surrender left, right, and center. They just arrested the CEO of Telegram, and their jackass president or whatever the hell he is, Macaroni. He actually put out a tweet. I've been hearing a lot of lies about what's going on in my country, and I just want to. We're for freedom. You're for fucking shit. You have been suppressing your citizens for several years now. And I hate to go this route. I really do. Because it's not all. But when you look at all the shit storms that are going around this world right now, not all, but major majority of them, there's one common denominator that's been involved in it. And it's the Muslim religion. And it's not all. I'm not saying all, so don't give me that shit. But what's going on in the UK, what's going on in the EU, the Middle East, the United States, that's a lot of extreme Muslims that are causing a lot of issues. Starting a lot of shit. And what's going on in Israel is just unbelievable. I've been watching the last several days. They've been getting jumped, bombed from all sides. But yes, Palestinians are innocent. Oh, I wonder how Harris feels right now. Because she's had those protests of the pro-Palestine people that said, if there's no ceasefire, they're not going to vote. Palestine walked away from the ceasefire today. Negotiations. They walked away. Israel's been there in good faith. They walked away. But, of course, he'll get spun to blame it on Israel. I'm telling you, and I'm not the only one that has seen it and felt this. Since Obama, it feels like I'm living in reversa world. And if nobody understands that, pick up a comic. Pick up a Superman comic. Everything that was righteous, correct, patriotic is now the opposite. If you're patriotic, it's bad. If you're good, you're bad. Is Israel perfect? Nah. Could they have handled some stuff better? Hindsight being 2020 is always yes. Would I have done the same that Israel's doing? Hell yeah. Attack my family, I'm going to annihilate you. And I'm not talking verbally. So. But what's going on, and I've been watching, and I actually downloaded an app onto my phone. I want people to download this app. I'm not associated with it. No money, no nothing. But just for a couple days, download this app, Red Alert, onto your phone. And for those that don't know what that is, it is an alert that is for Israel. And it gives you an alarm when missiles or rockets are incoming into your area. Think about that. Think about living in America, and you had to have an app on your phone to let you know that there's missiles incoming. That's how bad it is over there. And what Hamas, Palestine has been doing, Lebanon, Hezbollah, Iran. They've been attacking this country for years, and we sit over here and we don't always hear what's going on because the attacks aren't always that big. It might be 5 missiles that come across, 5 rockets, 5 drones. And it's not that big until you start thinking about it and thinking about that happening in your neighborhood. This is more than just, and not, to me, it's past religion. And now it's just, you've got a bunch of Muslim countries that are attacking a Jewish state, a hub for the 3 largest religions. And to sit back and do nothing and watch the Democrat Party backing the pro-Palestine protesters. It blows my mind. That was one of the things when I got in that little X thing back and forth with this person earlier tonight. And they denied that, number one, there was any violent protest done by the Democrats. Then it was, well, the politicians, Democrat politicians, condemned. And Kamala Harris only tried to get the peaceful protesters bailed out. If you're a peaceful protester, you're not getting arrested. That RFK speech was excellent. Everything that the Democrat Party used to stand up for, they've turned their backs on. They don't even really hide it anymore. I know verbally they still, well, we're for. You know, I can say I'm the Pope all I want. Doesn't make me the Pope, does it? Just like I can say I'm a woman all I want. Doesn't make me a woman. How many? I wonder if that one's going to get me kicked off of YouTube. Guess what? I don't give a flying fuck. I don't get paid for doing this. I do this for fun. There's a lot of platforms out there that I can do this show on. And if you took offense with that, that's your issue, not mine.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show right here on YouTube and Rumble every Monday and Friday at 9 p.m. Be warned, he's the one your mother warned you about.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. Right here on SHR Media, conservative media done right. I am broadcasting through SHR Media on Rumble and Facebook For Reaver of Common Sense, that is YouTube and Twitter. It's been one of the things I had to laugh about is now they're finally admitting they lied. The DNC. They said they were going to have Beyonce perform, and they admitted it was a lie. Why is it that the DNC, Kamala Harris's campaign, they have to have big-time celebrities come perform concerts? Now, whether you broadcast it or not, whether you announce that this is going to happen, it's been still going on. It's the only way they get any type of crowd. Trump doesn't need it. It's ridiculous. And then you have some people in Harris's campaign and the Democrat Party that don't want Harris to announce her policies until after she's elected. There's some that don't want her to do a debate. You want to know why? Because they know they'll lose votes over her debate performance. They'll lose votes over her policy. They already got hammered when she announced two pieces. And it would still continue to roll downhill. And to touch on real quick, and I've touched on it before, when you look at these polls, try to look at the data. Look at the sampling. Especially if they don't release that data, they're oversampling on the Democrats. It's a big psych ops. Or if you want, you can call it gaslighting. They're trying to discourage people by saying that she's in the lead. So you don't need to go vote for Donald Trump. She's got it in the basket. It's done. It's over with. That's why they sit there and they put up those bullshit polls. I don't care how you look at it. They're bullshit. They're oversampled on one side. They're not even. It's not a fair polling. And it's discouraging. It can be. I know. I see the polls sometimes too. And I'm like, shit. You know, is that the way it's going? Or then it's like, no. Look at the data. Look at the data. Look at how the Harris campaign is acting. Pretty much almost every damn tweet that she's put out is either misrepresenting a video, editing a video, or just outright lying. And it blows my mind. Isn't this the same party that cried because they were trying to say Trump lied so much? And that's all the fuck they do? Give me a break, people. It's just... And then it's not even just the Democrat Party. I mean, we all know, damn, that's bright. The media has been in the bag for any of the Democrats. I mean, they've absolutely went out there and straight out lied. And you have a PBS reporter that's now backtracking after outright lying, trying to say that Trump and Netanyahu were talking political stuff that's against the law. And she cited this article and that article. And those two papers went, we didn't talk about that. Now, it was an accident. No, you outright lied and didn't expect to get caught. Tim Walz, how much has he lied about with his life? And you always hear, he misspoke. He misspoke for 20 years. It's not just one thing. It is multiple items. Oh, I got this award. I got that award. Now it's coming to find out he was never even considered for those awards, let alone gotten those awards. Eric Holder was supposed to vet this man. A 2-year-old could have done a better job vetting that presidential candidate. It's starting to sound like that was their last resort, their last choice. The media is just out there lying their ass off. And I know it's... Why does it surprise me? Maybe I still have a glimmer of hope that these people are going to wake up. These journalists. Sorry, wait a minute. Journalists. It's sickening. And then they hide behind saying free press. Well, there's free press, but what you're doing is not journalism. You're campaigning and lying for a candidate. It's not journalism. It's not press. So, the DNC has filed a lawsuit against the Georgia Election Board to block the new rules, which require counties to ensure accuracy of the votes before certification. And that's one of the things they're doing is checking voters to ballots. How many voters? How many ballots? And the Democrats are saying they face injury to their election chances if the rule is allowed to take effect. They are almost screaming, we're cheating. We want to cheat. We're going to cheat. And these laws you're putting in place and rules you're putting in place are hurting us from cheating. They're hoping that a court, and I'm pretty sure they're hoping that they get a very liberal judge or a sympathetic Republican that has their bug up their ass about Trump and willing to sell their soul. Hold on one second. I know I keep saying that. I got to get a new chair. Whew. From the back of the chair to the front of the chair, it's only like 18 inches, something like that. I forget exactly how many inches, but it feels like I'm falling off the chair all the time. Oh. And they just got this lawyer that the Democrats have. I mean, he's already announced that the results he's going to be suing over left, right, and center. You know, if it's not Harris, they're going to sue. They didn't allow us to cheat. It just... And what is it? To remedy these harms and prevent chaos in November, this court should follow decades of binding precedent and declare both that the statute mean exactly what they say and that SEB's rules must be construed consistently with those statutes in order to be valid exercise of SEB's authority. But they want the court to declare that the election board requiring counties to make reasonable inquiries into results would somehow violate Georgia election law. No, it means that they can get exposed for their cheating. And I still don't trust that governor there. What, Kemp? I know Trump's been trying to play nice with him. He has asked his lawyers, his advisors, if he can kick 3 of the board members of the election board off, the ones that are coming up with the rules that would make it a pretty fair election and secure election. He wants to throw them off the board. So what does that tell you about him? I'm tired of this. Well, he's a Republican. Again, I can say I'm a Pope. Doesn't make me a Pope. I don't know what I just shit is just going downhill. Yeah, I have Jill Stein, Green Party. She's been going after the Democrat Party too. And what's weird is they vote in line with the Democrat Party, but the Democrat Party is not about democracy. It is not about the American way. Nowhere near it anymore. All I know is I can't wait for these debates. And if you notice, she wants the debates later on in September. Why? Because early voting will already start it. People can't change their votes after that. She knows her performance is going to be shit. That's why she's trying to back out of it. She's trying to piss Trump off so that he backs out. So then she goes, look, he's scared. I don't see Trump backing out. He's not that stupid. He's 20 steps ahead of her. I don't know. But with that, everybody, that's the show. I will be back Friday. And I want everybody to have a great week. Peace.